Ali Farag, boy wonder child, can do no wrong. That's what my family called him.
A real masterclass from Ali Farag.
I always thought Ali could retire at any time like this, but I thought the Olympics was definitely a big enough carrot to keep him on, and it's a sad day for the sport, and I just wish him all the best in his next chapter.
I was shocked. I didn't believe it, or I didn't see it was coming. I felt he could still push for a few years actually, and he still has it. He's still in the top. He still almost beat everyone, and yeah, it's very hard to imagine him not around.
It came as a surprise. I thought he would at least finish the whole season and maybe play one more, two more.
I've been playing with Ali for so many years now, because he went to college also. We started almost at the same time. Yeah, it's really sad. Yeah, it's been always a pleasure to share the court with him. And yeah, I wish I beat him a few more times.
I remember meeting Ali and just being, both of them, I'm being so inspired by both of them, but most of all thinking like how nice and humble and like accommodating of everyone they were. And bearing in mind, they're both top 4 in the world at the time and like just at the absolute top of their game.
Ali was a big inspiration for me. Some of the life choices that I made were inspired by his own decisions. So yeah, he counts a lot in my life for that reason.
In some way, I think he gave a lot of Egyptian youngsters to just follow the same path, and the idea of just not going to a good college and just pursuing a good squash career after probably was non-existent before he actually did it. And to see him doing it obviously makes you feel like you can do it as well.
He's paved the way, so he's given hope, and because we were kind of like some of the first 2 athletes that on the men and women's side who has graduated top university and then has done well on the pro tour, kind of just paved the way for a lot of other athletes wanting to go the college squash route. So I think it's phenomenal what he's done.
I always loved playing Ali. It was just a pure battle of tactics and squash, and he was such a gentleman on court. Always played in the the most fierce spirits. He was really the guy that I probably studied the most to try and get to #1. Last season we had some real good battles, and I think Hong Kong for me was up there. But yeah, all of them were very fun.
He would hit every shot coming off his racket would have a meaning, and he's doing this to get another thing out of it. Some people call it he guesses or like anticipates, but he doesn't. He just knows where it's going because he played the shot before to get this one. So he's setting up. He's always setting up for something, and that's one. 2 is how easily he moves around the court because he's always one step above the tee. So if I would take anything, it's just these 2, obviously, and these 2 are a huge thing of his game.
In the World Team Championship semi-final against Egypt, for me, I really didn't want to give him the respect that I usually unconsciously give him because it's Ali, and I went all in and I was too low. I don't remember, 6-3 up, I think, and I lost that one. It's probably one of the best matches that I've played against Ali, and honestly, just the way he managed to turn things around and win the whole match just showed how good he is.
For me, when I won in Egypt last year, was probably the one I'm gonna remember the most. But we played, I don't know, like more than 10 or 15 3-2s that were like big matches. So yeah, there are a lot. I think he reads the game better than anyone I've ever seen. You're under constant pressure. His movement is exceptional. His squash brain is exceptional. Playing against Ali is like, if you give him less than a sniff, he's gonna hurt you. And that's what makes him, who he is really. Like as a player, is that, he's always putting you under pressure.
Ali's very genuine, very honest. He would help you. It would help you a lot. Like if you really go to him with like a question or like a problem, he would help you with it. Really wants the best for other people. And yeah, he's just like a good person to be around, you know.
He's very obvious to everyone. He's very nice. He's very talkative. He always tries to bring out to have a conversation with anyone and everyone. He's always nice to all the people. So yeah, he's always the player where he's a decent in his way of playing and off court as well. He's one of the decent characters you'll ever meet.
He is always so aware of other people and aware of, you know, how he's making others feel, and he always makes you feel seen and heard, and that is incredible, especially when we're speaking to one of the best players of all time.
When we were at Harvard, he just spent all of his time in the library, and then he'd show up to squash and just destroy everybody. And it was ridiculous, and I'm like, how do you do this?
No matter where I hit the ball, he seemed to know I was hitting it there before I even hit the ball. It was so frustrating the way he would read the game, and he just seemed to be one step ahead of you the whole time. So working out how to get him out of position and stay in front of him for more than one shot was a very fun but challenging part of squash. The first time we started beating him was we really just did everything we possibly could to avoid the backhand volley. Sometimes I felt the harder or faster I tried to play, the faster the ball would come back. He almost fed off that pace.
He'll never get tired, so I think he's proven over the years that you can't beat him physically, so you really need to be on your A game tactically, and maybe more than that, have to have different game plans ready to kind of adapt when he'll get used to that game plan.
Definitely, he's a legend. He's a one of a kind, and I'm very, very glad I got to know him, and I hope this friendship will never end, and I'm sure he will still be around in a way or another.